Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I accidentally clicked the start run button on autopilot before I pressed the start recording button. Today we are mounting. Shall we do it? I believe we shall. I've been thinking about doing so I had this idea for FTL where I wanted to win all of the ships in a row on hard, and I was thinking of trying to do something like that in Monster Train where I do like every clan combo starting from Hellhorn melting all the way through to melting Umbra. I feel like it would be interesting if nothing else, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about that down below. Please feel free. Oh god, I wasn't looking at the screen. Alright. Oh no. Alright, it's Seraph the Diligent. We got Melting Stygian, Whiplash Crypt Builder, Fatal Melting. Okay. I mean, we don't have a crazy strong start for doing anything stupid on this run. In fact, I would say this is a pretty bad start for doing dumb things. Wingsteel's pretty good here. Yeah, Wingsteel's hard to not be happy with. I will not be picking Reform, so I'm going to be picking, yeah, a Harvest or a Burnout there. I don't want to play I don't want to play Reform here. I think Harvest is fine. We just have to find something good to put behind him. I'm thinking that there's a pool of units that are okay to put behind Harvest Rector, and also we're going to get hit on this combat for sure. Sorry, I had to cough. Snuck up on me. I guess we aren't guaranteed to get hit. We can do things like Rector Crypt Builder. I do want to give him the Harvest here, and he'll get 2 Harvests for this. It just kind of sucks because he's on the small floor, but it should be fine. Okay. If we draw another Crypt Builder, we have it. And we get the Collector, so... The big downside is like it's a 1 in 10 to draw the Crypt Builder right now, or I guess it's a 1 in 11. What do you think? This is an interesting one. Do you think it's right to play this Frozen Winds? I think it is right. I think I am supposed to play it. Yeah. If I hit the Crypt Builder there, it sucks and it's sad, but I shouldn't hit the Crypt Builder there. Right? If I hit the Crypt Builder there, it's also just unfortunate. Now, one thing to consider here is that the boss is going to spawn with a goon behind him, who is going to be problematic for Rector. This could be trouble. I can Crypt Build though and get the... Oh wait, this is the wrong goon. Oh, well. I'm actually really surprised. I thought this was going to be a 5-1 damage dealer. I was incorrect. Huh. So it's not that big of a deal then. We'll be fine. Solid. I thought he was going to spawn with something. Crypt Builder is a really strong starting card, by the way. This is something I should mention for sure. Crypt Builder is one of those starting cards that I definitely don't mention as being super strong. However, it really fixes a lot of your troubles in these first combats. Like in this combat, it saved me to like probably 4 and then 5, so probably like 9 or 10 damage there. Instead of offering me a good card like Molded, they've offered me Wax and Spike from my first clan pack. You don't need me to tell you how I feel about this. I'm sure you know. I don't like picking Dripfall. I'm kind of over Dripfall. I'm just kind of over it. Unless I have a specific reason to pick it, I think it's not great. Crystallis is okay. Yeah, I think I don't mind taking one more damaging spell. We have the 2 Crypt Builders, we can take another expensive one. And now we look for, from this banner, we look for Cold Kalia or Icy Silophyte, ideally. One of those 2, oh yeah, one of those 2 is massively strong here. Yeah, excellent news. And we give her, it's Diligent, so we are fine to just give her +10 and Quick. And so our next step is going to be to pick up something to kill heavies, which is hopefully, I mean, it's probably just going to be spells. She does 11. The Frostbite resolves before their resolve does, I believe, so she essentially does 14. We only have to worry about these Forged Disciples. I think that it's okay. I'm not 100% certain how we're going to kill big, high health heavies right now. We're good, most likely, against bosses and backline thanks to Cold Kalia. We just have to solve the other problem. And I think the answer is something like we want to play... We want to take space and pick up like a siren is what I'm thinking here. That's going to be my initial thought. Nice. 2 collectors caught in a row. Very nice. What's in here? The boss should be dead. Right? I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah. So basically our plan here is to make Rector big and have Cold Kalia stack up a ton of Frostbite. If we pick up Cuddlebeard, that's going to help us a lot. It's a tough one for sure. But I think our big pickup is going to be a nameless siren or a siren of the sea, and then we take space and put that on their floor, and hopefully win off of that. Kinda awkward though, it takes them a little while to get stacking, so I don't know. Do I want to pick up a molded here? That's a good question. Is molded worth it? I think it isn't. And then... I don't think so there. Yeah, I feel like we have to go nameless siren. Even though, yeah, I think this is the way to go. Huh. It's a shame, because if we had found Icy Silliphite instead of Cold Kalia, we'd probably just win the game off of that. Probably have her solo carry. I think we do want to pick this up, and then we want to take space. It's probably going to be space energy since we have a draw relic. Let's go for it. It's weird to make a 4 like this with Harvest Rector, because usually you want Harvest Rector harvesting your own unit deaths as well. So I don't know. This would be a good time for Dripfall, actually. I'm gonna think of it. I don't want anything from the Merchant of Magic. So I'm gonna go for the Relic here, because I don't want to pick up a unit either way. Both of these banners are going to be pretty bad. So we're gonna go right. And just take what's better. Oh yeah, that's really good. And then, do I think Siren of the Sea is better than the Nameless Siren? Nah, I think that they are about the same. I don't think it's worth it to be switching, right? It's not worth 1 card removal to make the upgrade there. Major Refraction. So we could do this and then just make her sit on a floor on her own. Is that good? No. What's way better is making her small. She doesn't need 2 upgrade slots, she just needs the multi-strike. This is really, really good, actually. It's really good, yeah. Because she doesn't need both of those upgrade slots. Usually I just give the upgrade a like plus 10 or a plus 25. And she doesn't need that usually. Okay, I should look at the bosses now. I mean, I should look at the bosses here, but it doesn't really change my plan for Daedalus. I don't care what Daedalus it is. And in this one, I don't really care what foul it is. Yeah, Spell Shield Foul doesn't change my plans at all. The runs where you have to care about which bosses you're fighting are runs where you're playing like Tethys or Hornbreaker Prince and you need to survive a sweep. Double Barrel Daedalus, of course. Actually not that bad here, because we have the quick sweeper that is called Kalia. And we're gonna go ahead and do top 4. Top 4 is now better with our Incant Siren. Take my 6 damage on Daedalus, because it's more time to stack up Rage before Daedalus reaches us. Yeah, please place more bombs on the top 4. We're just gonna end up wasting a lot of harvests right now. 6, 9, 2, 7. So I should put down a drag and a train steward here. Once we get 1 more space, what would be really helpful is some sort of tomb unit, probably. I mean, we didn't get one, but I would pick Remnant Host here for sure. I would have liked to have seen something like Entombed Explosive for this run, I think. Would have been pretty good. Throw a Harvest out here, because I wanted to trigger her Incant. God, this is going to be one of those weird runs when I'm sitting here going, man, I cannot wait to play the Frozen Lances in this deck. Yeah. The deck isn't perfect. It's okay. There's a lot of good things going on here, but it is a little messy. This. We're going to need to be... we want to replace our weird bad cards with good spells that are worth playing, basically. But we're going to survive Daedalus, which is usually Harvest Rector's biggest flaw. Thank you, Quick Cold Kalia, for this blessing. Yeah, you can't even give me anything I want here. I guess that's probably the best. That is the best draw there. I think that Harvest Rector does struggle, similar to other big, high-scaling boss killers. You struggle to survive Daedalus, and we're not going to struggle that today. There's a lot of really good cards that we could have picked up. However, they were all commons, and I cannot see them now. Right? Offering Token would have been very useful here. Like really, really good to have had an Offering Token. Entombed Explosive also would have been really good. Just didn't really see anything too good here, which is a shame. Ice Empire is not bad. Memento Mori is also not bad. We're throwing away a lot of units. Ice Empire is probably the best choice here. If I want to pick something. Do I want to pick Ice Empire? Good question. I think so. I think our big problem is heavy, so putting in more high damage things like this is good. We just skip that. I don't think there's a unit we want, and we're going to take space. It's probably Space Energy. It might be Space Draw. Not 100% certain yet. Draw is typically better in Incant, however, maybe not in this one. If we find a multi-strike in this shop, we are set. And I'm going to get rid of Train Stewards, because we want to lower the density of completely dead draws in this deck. Quick, plus 25, and Incant Armor 1. I'm just going to roll for it. Nothing else to find. Yeah. Excellent. Very fortunate. Very lucky. Finally, the shops have played out in my favor. It always feels really good. I could do that. Should I do that? No, I don't think so. But maybe I should? I don't think so. It always feels nice when you go to 2 steel shops and see the exact upgrades you needed. Like it just feels great. Just feels really nice. We found everything we needed exactly when I needed it, and now I don't have to path into steel shops for the rest of the run. Can we punch through a Clipped Guardian right now? What's our damage output like? It's 15 plus 16 plus 10. It's weird, right? If this weren't haste, I'd say we could do it for sure. However, I mean, I guess our first round is free. This is one of those things though where if I'm wrong or if I miss the draw once, we just take a ton of damage. But I think I can do it. Well, there's the tank heavy wave that's kind of scary. It's not worth it, I don't think. I think that I like to go for these random artifacts, but the threat of, what is it, like, I guess it's 24 damage? 24 damage for an artifact isn't that bad. I'm gonna go for this. This is something that I think that normally I would not do, and I might just, like, take an irrecoverable amount of damage for this. However, the first wave is free. Losing space top 4 sucks a lot. It was a risk. It's okay. Like, it's actually not the end of the world. We just don't get the buffer hits with dregs, but that's fine. Oh, and since I drew like this, though, I don't get to Cold Kalia this wave, of course. And I missed the Collector as well. Super awkward. That's really unfortunate. Alright. So I'm gonna take 10. I guess I could have set up bottom 4. I wanted to set up top 4 for Ice Empire, however. Perhaps it was not correct. Oh well. We're gonna take 10. Nothing I can do there. That is unfortunate. Now I just need to draw, yeah, a kill spell. Hey, wait, that doesn't kill, does it? Wait, no, it adds an extra 4, and then Frozen Lance I think is enough. Taking 45. I mean, this just kills him for sure, though. There's no reason to risk it. And then I think I have to draw Ice Empire on this one. And then this next wave is the one that's hard, right? This is the one. Oh, I didn't draw Ice Empire? I mean, it's a 50-50 now. Nice. Good work. Excellent. Now I just have to hit a crit builder. I have like 4 cards I can hit here. Fatal Melting does not do it, so we're gonna take a big hit. Well, wait. It's probably better to drag Wicklash Frozen Lance here. Yeah, it was better to do it this way just in case. But yeah, I'm gonna take 34 on this combat. And the interesting thing is, it might be worth it. Unfortunately, our draw order was god awful, so we took a bunch of damage. But I had the health to take that damage, and I think that because I had the health to, like, I hadn't been hit, so I basically just traded a little health for a relic here, and I think it might be worth it. Probably good to get rid of these Wicklashes as the next removal from this one. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if it's worth it or not. On average, I wonder if this is worth it or not. Yeah, I mean, that is insane. So, on this run it was worth it, but in other situations it may be bad. It's hard to say. Engulfed in Smoke plus Harvest Rector is really good. Stealth is really good with him. Yeah, I think that this is an easy take. I'll give it -1 holdover and win. Frenzied Swarm is also really good with Harvest Rector. Anything that stops him from getting hit, basically. I'm not freezing anything. Is there a reason not to pick both of these? Yeah, I don't think there is. In fact, this is going to be actively good since we have 2 crypt builders. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. That combat was a big power spike overall. Now, I wouldn't do that trial again. Like, if I get offered this trial here, I would not take it because our health is lower. Memorial Fund Jack Strips. Jack Strips is super awkward. I think it's really bad here because I want to be setting up top 4. And it makes it so that I lose a bunch of harvests. So I'll just take Memorial Fund. It's free money. It doesn't make me not want to remove Train Steward. I want to get rid of the Train Stewards, for sure. Now, we are in bad money state. Double stacking -1 is fine here. I think we'll save the holdover for Frenzied Swarm. And we'll just do this for Engulfed in Smoke. And if we thin the deck out enough, we'll just hit Engulfed in Smoke every turn, more or less, is going to be a line here. Or every other turn, and we'll just go crazy. Now, multi-strike on this combat is free, because so the 10-2s get nothing. They get absolutely nothing from this. It's just the tanks, and I think that, again, we have a lot of spells and a lot of stealth. I think, again, that this is just a-okay. It's only bad if they go to the pyre, but it should be fine. We get 2 free waves off of this. This game is a bitch. I'm gonna set up middle 4 this time. How many times am I gonna lose space top 4? Tell me. I should play this guy here, I guess, just so he burns out, right? There's no, there is a reason to put him up here. To catch a collector, of course. Nice. Good thinking, me. Thank you. Right, so it's just gonna be worth it for us to play our spells here. Now this wave is, of course, a little bit frightening. I don't want to play things on this floor. No Ice Empire is a shame. I wonder if it was worth it to be top 4. It probably was worth it to be top 4. Interesting. -59. -59? Wow. Despite his team dying, he's still losing a bunch of health. Interesting. I think it's really worth it for me to play a drag here. Because if I draw another drag, which I didn't, if I drew another drag, I would get to play another Frozen Lancer. I guess it wouldn't actually make a difference because of the sweep. Yeah, it wouldn't have actually made a difference. But I think it was still right to trigger the draw just so we can potentially punch this guy down. And then I think that it's best to play a Frozen Lance. So you see our draw next turn, or right now if I want it, with offering Crypt Builder, offering token. Yeah. We just want to make sure this guy doesn't go to our pyre, basically, right now. That's all I have to think about. I can play the Crypt Builder if I draw it, but I think that it's wrong. I think it's wrong to... I think we just hit end turn. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. Because we want to play it on him. Ah, yes. I guess I should have considered the fact that I wouldn't actually be able to play it on him. And that's okay. hard to actually make use of the Hell's Banners in this one, interestingly enough. Also, those, I think I need to remove those Whiplashes before I remove anything else. But yeah, we're A-okay here. Turns out that stealth is good. Who knew? I guess the stealth and the dazed kind of clash. The dazed card is mostly there to play offering or play crypt builder for us. Kind of interesting. Tethys' Scales is a nice one. In the review with Cranberry, we made fun of this relic. However, in this run, this relic's going to really show itself, because any heavy that it applies spell weakness to just dies for free, which is really nice. Votivary is kind of great here. Yeah, Votivary is excellent here, right? That's a free trigger of Wingsteel, a free +1 on Hell's Banners, and a free trigger of Memorial Fund, and a free trigger of Harvest every turn. Votivary kind of goes in here. She kind of slaps. Siren Song is interesting, but I think it is bad on this run because we want the units to be dying on Rector's floor. We don't want to be pulling them away. However, Unnamed Tome, you know me. I think that if I were to say, pick a card in this game that is the what's your best card? What's your choice of the card that's the most consistently good? I think it's Unnamed Tome. And you may be like, what are you, crazy? But think of a scenario where Unnamed Tome is bad for you. The card removes itself as soon as you only draw this once, and sometimes it legitimately saves your run. It has so little of a downside, and if this boss is living armor, it might stop me from dying because this is a deck that does a lot of small hits to living armor. It's really strong. If you're sleeping on this tome, wake up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the 2 Whiplashes here first. Card is really bad. I think it's a lot worse than every other card in the deck, because unlike Frozen Lance, it is just unplayable on the floor where we're trying to incant. Random consumable. I honestly really like a Rage consumable here, right? Rage Serum sounds really good. Yeah. And that's fine with me, because that's +5 Rage onto Siren and then it's gone. Excellent single turn draw. But yeah, I think the strongest card in this game is probably something that has to do with, something that's cheap and consumes itself like this. You only ever draw this card once. The only way that this card is bad for you is if you discard your entire hand every turn if you're playing, Holdover Frenzied Swarm, basically. Is the only way. I'm gonna go ahead and -1 Crystallis here. I'm gonna -1 +10 it. I could +10 Fatal Melting to turn this card into a playable card. I really think that there was a period of time where I thought Fatal Melting was one of the best cards in Melting because it handled backline, and now I think that Fatal Melting might be one of the worst cards in Melting. This and Memento Mori, I never see them useful. And the reason is because I think that cards that ramp up are usually bad because your units typically ramp up in power. A lot of times your unit plan is this unit scales in power. I'm looking at the removals here real quick. I think I just remove a Frozen Lance. But there's a power curve over the course of a combat typically. Most units have some sort of scaling. Not a lot of units just get dropped down and do crazy strong stuff right away, right? Look at Harvest Rector, look at Nameless Siren on this run, right? They have an upward scaling momentum. And so by the time that Memento Mori is strong enough to do something that impacts the run, these two are already doing what it was doing. Or in the case of this one, we just have Cold Kalia, which does what it does every turn for free. Without any hard work. This combat should go really smoothly. I think we punch through this, yeah, right away. We get a bunch of free Rage, Fatal Melting is still worthless, and then we can just hopefully play our spells up here every turn and win. That's going to be my expectation here. We even get the free Votivaries to give us even more... Oh no, they just die from the clip, never mind. Gotcha. Let's just trigger our Ice Empire. Yeah. She's scaling really well. We got everything we wanted on this run. This is really just this is a no pressure sort of run. we're just kind of cruising. Now, will we win off of this, I guess, is the question we should pose? Because it's not necessarily set in stone that this run is a win. There's no guarantee. There is no actual guarantee here. We don't want it, yeah. Good thing I didn't play that crit builder, because I really want my Votivary to be dying. I might even want to duplicate Votivary so that I can trigger Hell's Banners every turn. Huh. That might be a smart line, come to think of it. You see, Fatal Melting at this point is now... Fatal Melting's online, it now kills all backline and does a chunk out of heavies, but I don't need it to because everyone else is also online. Ugh, one moment. See, I've turned the phone down enough that if it rings, it doesn't become intrusive. However, when you can still hear it when I'm talking, so I had to turn around and silence it. One day I'll remember to turn off that phone. One day. I guess I should play this up here for the incant, yeah. I should have played, because I don't want to kill this guy. I should have played, yeah, I should have played that a lot differently. I missed 2 incant triggers there because I wasn't thinking too hard. Dang old phone calls. Now these two next two turns are the turns where we go, okay, and now it's kind of scary, right? Because I might get hit by this clipped Guardian. Only I had Frenzied Swarm. Is it in here? No, Ice Empire is in here. Might be worth it to roll for drawing into Ice Empire instead of anything else here. I think it's better. It's a 50-50, and we get to stealth. Oh, but I shouldn't have played Votivary first then. My mistake. It's okay. Nice. Sweet. Very cool. I guess it was fine to play Votivary, right? Because if I hit it... Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't have, but I did. It doesn't change. I guess it's not the end of the world, basically. I am going to silence this 4. Yeah. Oh, it was interesting. The damage went up a lot because we silenced. That's pretty cool. Because this guy was getting a bunch from Sycophant dying. If we Crystallis, we wipe them. Yeah, solid. Oh, I can even Frenzied Swarm if I really want to. But I do not want to Frenzied Swarm. Because I want to have my Votivary dying. It's actually important to make sure Votivary is dying as often as possible because we want the money, right? We want a memorial fund. So having her die every turn is actively very important. 12. It is fine for me to play her and then play Ice Empire here. She'll die still. Rector will not get hurt. It's all good. Again, I fuck up my Engulfed in Smoke ordering, but you know, I hope you'll forgive me. Did Fel get hit with 1 spell weakness? No, okay. Okay, let's try ordering this properly this turn. There we go. And then it's fine to play it like this. Doesn't make a big difference. It really does not make a difference, right? The Votivary is fine. The stealth is fine. We're crushing it. Of course we are. I guess Votivary is also scaling up that Fatal Melting. Yeah, this deck is almost distilled down to a bunch of really good cards that I want to play. Which is really, really solid. Ancient Synergy, I think, is... How do I think Ancient Synergy is here? Also, how do I feel about Sacrificial Resurrection? The Sacrificial Resurrection just means that I can distill this deck down to only cards I want to play. I can purge everything. The fear, I suppose, is that I'll... Like, what is my perfect 6-card draw, right? It's Deadweight, Crystallis, Smoke, Ice Empire, Frenzied Swarm, I guess. So I should move away from these 4 Frozen Lances. And then the Crypt Builders are also just here. Yeah. I don't think this is a run where I take energy. I think it is actually a draw run. Everything costs 1, and we can make a lot of it cost 0. I think it's fine to go draw. Yeah. It's like actually 7-card draw, though, because I also have to mix in the Votivaries there. I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't think I want to take Sacrificial Resurrection here. I respect that this card is good, but I don't really like it. I'll be honest with you. Just taking a moment to consider the possible infinites that we have setting ourselves up here. There is one that I can think of, it's just hard and gross. I think this is a skip from me. Because I don't plan on taking energy for Ancient Synergy, and I think this is draw. No energy on this run, but that's mostly because of the Hell's Banners pickup from the random artifact. It's interesting to look at how I played this, right? I think it is kind of not how you would expect. It's not how I would expect, right? But I traded away. I knew I was going to get hit, or there were a lot of worlds where I got hit on that that combat, and I still went for the artifact, and I think it paid off pretty well. But you have to make your decision on if it's worth it or not for yourself. I'm gonna go left here, and we're gonna crack this bad boy open. Hell Pact. Oh, if only I had picked the Wax and Spike. I think that Infused Mallet is bad. I think it's just bad for us. The end. Yeah, I don't like it because it's gonna steal harvests from Rector. However, I guess I could just plan to set up bottom floor every turn, but then what's the point, right? Cold Kalia is gonna take everything that Infused Mallet was gonna do. And Hell Pact is worthless. I have no X cost cards, and the odds that I see a Stygian Spike are pretty low, so picking Hell Pact is worthless. It's fine. Duplicate Votivary. I think it's correct. The interesting thing to note, I suppose, about this run is that we are not going to be setting up top 4 against Seraph, because I don't want to be covered in curses. Fine to take this trial. Fire Wings combat's a little awkward. I just have to make sure I stealth for it. And we're probably going to get hit a little bit, but it should be fine. We'll see how the draw looks here. If I draw Cold Kalia turn 1, I'm really happy. Like Cold Kalia, 3 Frozen Lances is probably our best draw here. Alright. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. And by I suppose, I mean it's not the end of the world. This is a fine draw. Go ahead and Rector and Cold Kalia. And then Nameless Siren, see what we're drawing into. It's a deadweight, this is excellent. This 4 should probably be silenced. It's 15 fire damage, and the boss was the trample boss. I'm pretty sure. Only I had a +10 on Fatal Melting. Ah well. I'm pretty sure it was the trample boss. This is usually the part where I go, hey, which boss is it, chat? Because I don't remember, but I'm just going to trust in my own memory here. I'm going to silence this 4. Too bad I never gave that Fatal Melting a +10, huh? It's okay. 15 damage for the trial, solid. Nice, and we even get a free collector out of the deal. Look at all that health. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. We could actually Crystallis this and get even more health. Did Votivary I think drew herself there? No, she drew the other Votivary is what had to have happened, because Votivary can't draw herself like that. This is a glimpse at the sort of thing I was thinking for the Infinite, by the way. Where we do some whack bullshit with Votivary played a lot of times like this and killing her a lot of times. I need Wax or Snuffer, I need to remove everything else, and then I just need to kill my own Votivary off repeatedly. That's it, that's the whole plan. I am once again dooming myself because of Wax or because of Votivary, and I cannot engulf. I mean, I have to engulf, I don't want to take this Ember Drain here. It's fine. Votivary can just vibe. Don't make fun of Votivary, she's literally just vibing. And we shouldn't get too heavily got here. Kind of a big mistake to put myself in this sort of a position, but it's okay. I think I want to play it like this. Kill his frontliner. Using spells to kill those tanks is going to be pretty important. And also not taking Ember Drain is pretty cool. I guess, like, realistically, the missing harvest triggers are not that big of a deal when compared to the fact that we're going to have like 1,000,000 health and also 1,000,000 stealth, right? We have it all handled. Just kill that guy to remind him that he's nothing. He is less than dirt. Oh, this entire floor got hit with spell weakness from Tethys's scales. Okay, we're close to something that makes a lot of reasonable sense here, right? I mean, I think this run as a whole makes decent sense right now. I'm pretty sure that this is a 4 that'll kill Seraph, but I suppose we'll see. Wax and Ruin, of course. Very cool Votivary, thank you. I'm gonna play the Frozen Lance first. Yeah. It was mostly just in case we drew into a Frenzied Swarm there, or Helical Crystallis. Either of those would have been pretty solid, but you know, 8 damage plus the little bit of damage we took for the trial, all in all solid. We have plenty of money. I think we have enough money to do something pretty... We're gonna have a big swing of power at the shop, basically. And yeah, we have 10 stealth here. We can do a bunch of removals. We're gonna have 800 gold, 875 maybe? 875, I think. Oh, 850. We're big. I did say I'd pick Remnant Host here. Am I gonna pick Remnant Host here? Yeah, I think it's fine. Blocks around, gives me 3 harvests. Seems fine. Glacial Seal. Glacial Seal with Cuddlebeard. Oh, whoops, I misclicked. I was definitely gonna pick Glacial Seal there. Oops. Okay. So there's nothing at the left path. Magic Shop is definitely the way to go. Don't show me Wax or Snuffer, please. Thank you. Okay. And then here, we have another double stack. Double stack on Register, and we have so much money I can kind of just do whatever I want. I'm gonna remove 2 Frozen Lances. Although this is Diligent, I'm gonna run myself out of spells if I do this, actually. Hold up. Don't do this, it's Diligent. Clear a drag. Gotta remember that it's Diligent here. Okay, so we should do this in a very specific order. We should start by evaluating these trinkets. Do I want any of these? Blood Anvil is kind of nice. We have like 2 Crypt Builders, which can just make my entire hand free, which is pretty valuable. How valuable is it? I mean, I have so much money, I'm probably going to do this. I think I should take this, roll this, take the double stack, roll the other shop, and see where we go from there. Oh no. Oh no. So, thankfully I don't think I can do some stupid infinite here because I don't have enough... I don't have a way to kill Votivary, right? I don't have a targeted damage spell to kill off my Votivary. Thank the Lord. It's still good to do because these Votivaries are really powerful now. I guess I could take Mold Braces as well, right? Plus 10 armor. There's no reason to. It's not worth it. Double stack Rage Serum seems fine. What would I even roll for here? I think I'm just going to take the 2 removals. I think it's actually only 1 removal. Come to think of it. It's only 1 removal. Oh no, it's 2. I thought this was 150. It's 150 for 60 and 90. That's it. And then it goes to 180, I think. Or 120, 180. Goes up by 30, then it goes up by 60, then it goes up by 90. Or 80? What, by 80? I don't know. That doesn't seem right, does it? And yeah. I think Fatal Melting costing 2 is actually good so that it can make all my 1-costers free. Yeah. I'm just gonna take another removal here. It's gonna be another drag. And duplicate. Shadow Clone Jutsu replicate. Take another Engulfed in Smoke here. Pretty sure we win if we don't die to heavies. But I think we have a high enough density of spells to just survive the heavies. The damage output of this combat is relatively low, right? It's got the 310s instead of anything super threatening. Space loss middle floor is fine. I think we do just put ourselves bottom floor here. I think it's correct to do so. You went from dying to extremely, extremely alive. Not dying, but taking a big chunk there, I should say. And now he's gaining 60. I want to play these. It's probably not worth it. It's only really worth it to start Nameless Siren going, I suppose. Is that worth it? You know what, it's probably worth it. I do want to hold on to Fatal Melting, though. If this guy hits us for... He'll hit us for... I think he hits us for 20? Might be 30? Hard to say. If he hits us, I think it's not the end of the world. Probably just use Unnamed Tome here. I don't have to silence Purifiers ever, right? There's never going to be a time where I have to silence the Purifiers. So it's fine to do this. And we'll just try to... We just want to minimize our damage, I think. Although I can do that by hitting here. It's probably better... Hang on, what's coming up? I think it's better to do this. My reasoning is there's a reasonable chance that we're going to hit Ice Empire, considering we're going to draw 10 of these cards, and if not, we'll hit something else that works, right? In theory. We'll hit something else that works. We hit Ice Empire, put on the Remnant Host. Yeah, he gains 140 health for that Remnant Host being played. Thanks to Waxer Snuffer. That seems good. Okay, consume Frozen Lance. Wonder if it was right to... It's probably better to play it like this, right? The drafts are mostly just here to tank. Then consume that card. Play the 2 Votivaries. I want to make sure that they're dying, though. Then Ice Empire this guy away. This combat's a little more complicated than I expected it to be. There's a whole lot of things to keep in mind because of the ordering of, like, Power Drain plus Hell's Banners plus Wing Steel. I gotta keep it all in the dome as something to keep in mind. I think we get there, though. Oh, I killed the thing that was supposed to kill Votivary, so that one lives now. That's okay. I think we have now scaled up to the point where we'll kill heavies always. Like, we're there right about on time, is what I'm thinking here. We might just miss because of the Wilt Wings. Take my 2 draws there. Wait, what? Was that right? Did I draw this deadweight? I don't actually know. Maybe I drew this deadweight. I should have drawn... Wait, why did I draw... Oh, I drew a 3rd card from Wing Steel. Okay, okay. Everything's okay. Calm down, everyone. Was momentarily very concerned. Thankfully they made Votivary free so I can play it in this order. And I don't care about this 15 damage. In fact, I want it to go through so that it kills Votivary. And so from this position, we're basically just trying to finish off these Gilded Wings with spells so that we don't die from them on the way to our victory here. That's it. That's all we're doing. Well, I should have... I don't know. It's weird because in this order, maybe I'm wrong. Because if this draws me... Okay, if it drew me Engulf and Smoke, this order was incorrect. But also... Like, I guess it's better to play it in the other order, right? Play and draw first and then play the Votivaries. It's weird. Normally at this point in a run, I'm like, okay, and now this is how the combat goes. But this one is super... Like, it's super... a lot of thinking. And there's no better way for me to have said that. It's a super lot of thinking. Maybe I should have consumed the Frozen Lance instead of that Crypt Builder. Maybe. You can make a case for it. I'll hear your case. I don't want to daze this, I want the Votivary to die. Okay. Solid. I think we are... I think we're close. Although not having this Votivary die might cause trouble. I mean, come on. I'm gonna take the 2 here and I'm gonna eat it on this crypt builder, right? I don't want to burn out one of those. Yeah, we have 21 stealth. What am I talking about? It's close. We have 21 stealth. Yeah, guys, it's close. It's close. Look out, this is gonna be a close one. We have 20 stealth. Is this enough to kill Seraph? Oh, I don't know. You better stay tuned till the end. Are we gonna make it here? It's gonna be a close one. You're gonna have to find out after this 20-minute mid-roll ad. I would never. Haha, unless. Look under your seat, I have something for you. It's a 50-minute mid-roll. If you don't watch it all, I'll hunt you down. I'll know, too. Yeah. So, what do you want to take away from this run, right? There's a lot of things to take away from this run, honestly. There really is. There's a lot of things at play here to make this a win. For sure. I'll take the less amount of damage instead of the more stealth. But what you can take away from this run is that there's a few key things to learn here if you're trying to take these videos as a learning experience. The first one is that Harvest Rector is good as long as you have something that can damage scale behind him. In this case, it's called Kalia, and Rector got best of both worlds out of Stygian here. He got damage, he got sweep for the backline, he got an easy backline clear from Cold Kalia, so he got a bunch of free harvests from and never even got hit because of quick, and he got heavy punching abilities thanks to Nameless Siren. By the time the double heavy spawned, Nameless Siren was scaled up. The other thing you can take away from this one is that in Stygian, even if you don't have spell weakness, your plan, like no spell weakness, but an incant unit like one of the sirens, I mean basically one of the sirens plus a few strong enough damage spells. We had, what, 4 strong damage spells here? Over the course of 3-4s, you can pick off any heavies that are going to cause you trouble as long as you plan properly. Right? You can look at the deck and go, okay, we're probably going to hit this, so we can distribute our damage in this way and have them handle the heavies. Because this is a deck that looks like it should die to heavies, right? However, because we had 70 damage from Helical Crystallis, we had 90 from Ice Empire, and then we had the 2 Crypt Builders, we were able to survive long enough. Also, Rage Serum's really good for Nameless Siren. It's a big jumpstart to her ability. Votavary goes really well with Harvest Rector. It goes really well with all of the relics we had. And Stealth goes really well with Harvest Rector. And we got pretty lucky to pick up this Minor Refraction. However, I think we would have won without it. I probably just would have not picked up the Votavaries. I mean, that's it, right? I just wouldn't have picked up the Votavaries. I wouldn't have had these 3 cards, but I think that these 3 cards, while nice, didn't really win us the run. Although Votavary giving us the extra energy from Hell's Banners, I may have picked her up anyway. It's hard to say. It is actually hard to say. But yeah, probably would not pick Frenzied Swarm. Even it was very rare that this was useful because I wanted units to die. So that's a good takeaway as well. Is probably not Dazed alongside Harvest Rector because you want him harvesting Votavary. This card clashes with Votavary pretty heavily. But yeah, in conclusion, Incant plus a few damage spells, even if you don't have the spell weakness, but Tethys' Scales helped us to clean up the weird ones, the ones that would have caused trouble. Solid. Good run. Really interesting run, right? Because this run doesn't do anything spectacular, it just does everything well enough, right? And it was a blowout, but it didn't feel like it should have been based on the cards. And, I mean, it wasn't really a blowout, because we took like 17 damage, 23 damage. We were getting hit. But, oh, you know, the real thing to take away from this as well is maybe try experimenting with, if you have enough health, taking trials that you wouldn't normally, right? Because I would not normally take that Heaven's Seal, but I think that the Hell's Banners we got from it was really useful. And if you get something bad, you go, ah, well, that's the variance, but artifacts are just not, they're definitely just benefits in most cases. So it's worth the roll, I think, is my takeaway here. It was worth the roll. Obviously, you might get something really bad, but I've heard a lot of people say they think that random artifact is a really bad trial reward, and I think it's a lot better than you think it is. I actually think that it's pretty solid. It's a dice roll, but a lot of this game is a dice roll, and taking 28 damage for Hell's Banners let us like cascade into confidently not picking energy from Fel and having extra draw, and then like duplicating Votivary for just 5-6 energy per turn, which is pretty cool. Alright, the end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.